Hi, I'm Sir Dash Masong. Welcome to my Licensure Exam for Teachers Review, Professional Education, Part 12. Let's start! Prof. Ed 56, Facilitating Learning, Motivation. A student who studies diligently because she genuinely enjoys learning new things and finds satisfaction in mastering difficult concepts is motivated by A. Intrinsic motivation. B. Extrinsic motivation. C. Positive reinforcement. Or D. Punishment. Go. Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Alright, the correct answer is letter A, intrinsic motivation. I hope naaalala nyo pa to. I-recall natin. Yung intrinsic motivation, it refers to engaging in an activity because it is inherently interesting, enjoyable, or personally satisfying rather than for external rewards or pressures. Yung mga students who are intrinsically motivated, they learn for the sake of learning itself, finding joy and satisfaction in the process. Let's analyze yung scenario. Yung genuine enjoyment ni student dito to learn at saka yung satisfaction niya in mastering difficult concepts is a clear example ng intrinsic motivation. According sa research, yung intrinsic motivation daw, it leads to deeper learning, greater persistence, and higher achievement than extrinsic motivation. Kaya maganda mga teachers ma-develop talaga natin yung intrinsic motivation sa mga students natin. Alright, i-recall din natin yung BCD. Bakit mali? Kasi yung extrinsic motivation, ito ay nag-i-involve ng pag-engage in an activity for external rewards, kagaya ng mga grades o di kaya praise, or to avoid punishment, not for the inherent enjoyment of the task itself. Yung positive reinforcement naman, kaya ito mali, kasi it involves adding a reward to increase a desired behavior. So, nare-reinforce mo yung behavior na yun. Next, yung punishment naman, of course, ito mali talaga kasi it involves applying an aversive consequence to decrease naman a behavior. So, the correct answer is letter A. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless. Prof. Ed 57, Teaching Strategies. A teacher presents a puzzling question to her students and encourages them to ask their own questions, conduct research, and draw conclusions based on evidence. She acts as a facilitator rather than a lecturer. This teaching strategy is best described as A. Direct instruction. B. Inquiry-based learning. C. Cooperative learning. Or D. Expository teaching. Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is letter B. Inquiry-based learning. I-recall natin yung mga teaching strategies. Yung inquiry-based learning, ito ay isang student-centered teaching strategy where students explore problems, ask questions, conduct investigation, and construct their own understanding based on evidence. Yung teacher, sa ganitong approach, acts as a facilitator who guides the process rather than delivering information directly. Let's analyze yung scenario. Yung approach ni teacher of presenting a puzzling question and encouraging students to ask questions and conduct research is an example ng isang inquiry-based learning. I-recall din natin yung ACD. Pero before natin i-recall, very important sana ma-apply nyo itong inquiry-based learning. Bakit? Kasi according sa research, itong approach na to, it develops critical thinking, problem-solving, and scientific reasoning skills. Okay, bakit mali yung direct instruction? Kasi yung direct instruction ay teacher-centered and it involves explicit teaching through lectures, demonstrations, and guided practice. Yung cooperative learning naman, it involves small group work with shared goals and assigned roles. Hindi naman ito yung primary focus ng inquiry-based learning. Yung expository teaching naman, it involves presenting information in an organized way, often through lectures or demonstrations, without a student-led investigation. So the correct answer is letter B. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless. Prof. Ed 58, Classroom Management. A teacher addresses a student's misbehavior by having a calm, private conversation with the student, helping the student understand the impact of their actions, and guiding them toward making better choices. This approach to discipline is best described as A. Punitive discipline, B. Zero tolerance, C. Positive discipline, or D. Authoritarian discipline. Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is letter C, positive discipline. I-recall natin tong classroom management techniques natin. Yung positive discipline, ito ay isang approach to classroom management that focuses on teaching students appropriate behavior, helping them understand the consequences of their actions, and fostering self-regulation. Ano yung emphasis nito? Yung positive discipline, ang emphasis niya ay guidance, communication, and respect rather than punishment, fear, or humiliation. Let's analyze yung ginawa ni teacher. Yung calmness ni teacher dito, private conversation, focus on understanding the impact of actions and guidance toward better choices is an example ng positive discipline. Napakaganda ng approach ng positive discipline. Bakit? Kasi more effective to than punitive methods because it helps a student develop self-discipline and internalize positive behavior. Alright, i-recall natin yung A, B, and D. Yung punitive discipline, mali ito kasi it focuses on punishment, harsh consequences, and making students suffer for their misbehavior rather than teaching and guidance. Yung zero tolerance naman, mali rin to kasi it involves mandatory, severe, and often automatic punishment for specific infractions, regardless of the circumstances or student's intent. Zero tolerance talaga. Yung authoritarian discipline naman, kaya ito mali, kasi ito ay rigid, controlling, and fear-based, with little explanation or warmth, in contrast to the supportive and guiding approach ng positive discipline. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless. Prof. Ed 59, Domain of Learning. A teacher assigns a project that requires students to participate in a community cleanup drive, reflect on their experience, and articulate their commitment to environmental stewardship. This learning activity most directly addresses which domain of learning? A. Cognitive domain, B. Metacognitive domain, C. Psychomotor domain, or D. Affective domain. Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is letter D, affective domain. Baka may nalito dito. I-recall natin itong domain of learning. Yung affective domain, as classified by Bloom and Krathwohl, involves emotions, attitudes, values, and appreciation. Meron itong 5 levels. Ano-ano yun? Receiving, responding, valuing, organizing, and characterizing. I-recall natin isa-isa. Yung receiving, ito yung being aware of something. Yung responding naman, reacting to it. Yung valuing, attaching worth to it. Yung organizing, integrating values. Tapos yung characterizing naman, living by those values. Okay, let's analyze now yung scenario. Yung project ni teacher dito, which requires participation in community service, reflection on experience, and articulation of commitment to environmental stewardship, directly addresses values, attitudes, and emotional commitment. Very good ka dito, teacher. Okay, yung type of learning na to is distinct from cognitive kasi yung cognitive, di ba, knowledge-based or psychomotor. Yung psychomotor naman, skill-based learning. Yung affective domain kasi, napaka-essential nito for developing responsible, ethical, and socially engaged citizens. Kaya i-develop din natin itong affective domain sa mga students natin. Okay, i-recall din natin yung ABC. As mentioned kanina, yung cognitive domain ay mali kasi it involves intellectual skills and knowledge, kagaya ng mga remembering, understanding, analyzing, and so on. Yung metacognitive domain naman, it involves thinking about one's own thinking. Ano yung example nun? Yung self-awareness, self-regulation, and a lot more. Yung psychomotor domain naman, kaya ito mali kasi it involves physical skills, coordination, and motor movements, not values or emotional reflection. So the correct answer is letter D. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless. Prof. Ed 60, Facilitating Learning. A teacher designs her lesson so that students actively construct their own understanding by connecting new information to their prior knowledge, engaging in group discussions, and solving real-world problems. This approach is most consistent with which learning theory? A. Behaviorism, B. Constructivism, C. Cognitivism, or D. Humanism? Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is letter B, Constructivism. I hope naalala nyo ito, ha? I recall natin. Yung Constructivism is itong learning theory that believes na yung learners actively construct their own understanding and knowledge by building on their prior experiences and knowledge. So instead of passively receiving information, students engage in problem solving, inquiry, and collaboration to construct meaning. Let's analyze yung scenario. Yung focus dito ni teacher on connecting new information to prior knowledge, tas may group discussions, tapos real-world problems is an example of constructivist teaching. Yung approach na to, it emphasizes that learning is active, social, and contextual. Kaya maganda rin ang constructivism. Actually, yung K-12 curriculum natin ay based din sa constructivism or may constructivism principle or theory. Alright. Yung ACD, bakit ito mali? I-recall natin. Yung behaviorism kasi, it focuses on observable behavior shaped by external stimuli, kagaya ng reinforcement or punishment, not on internal cognitive construction. Yung cognitivism naman, baka may mga nagsagot nito. Mali ito kasi it focuses on mental processes, kagaya ng memory, attention, and problem solving. But it views learning as processing information rather than actively constructing meaning. Yung letter D, yung humanism naman, kaya ito mali kasi it focuses on personal growth, self-actualization, and the emotional well-being of learners, not specifically on the process of constructing knowledge. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless! Hashtag, sana makatulong. If you want a free digital copy of this reviewer, pinamimigay ko po ng libre. How? Just comment on this video, free reviewer, and I will send you the link. And for more reviewers, please feel free to visit my social media account, Sir Dash Academy. Available sa YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I suggest punta ka sa YouTube. Kinumpile ko lahat ng reviewers for the licensure exam. Hanapin mo na lang sa playlist. Again, sa playlist po, gumawa rin ako ng per domain. For example, you need further review sa Prof Ed or sa Gen Ed, kinumpile ko lahat ng video reviewers for that. Hanapin mo na lang. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless!